What up, though? We're back on the subject of praying in the Spirit and speaking in tongues. Let me read this to you. 1 Corinthians 14th chapter, 4th verse, right? It says, he that speaketh in an unknown tongue edifies himself, but he that prophesieth edifies the church. What does that mean? Let me read you the Amplified just before I explain. The Amplified of 1 Corinthians 14, verse 4. He who speaketh in a strange tongue edifies and improves himself. You improve yourself. You build up yourself. In the book of Jude, I think it's verse 20, it says you build yourself up, spirit, soul, and body. So you edify and build yourself up when you speak in tongues. And back in the beginning of 14th chapter, 1 Corinthians, it says when you pray in tongues, you're speaking to God. So it's more or less an individual thing that you do, communicating to God in an unknown tongue, because your understanding isn't fruitful. So he who speaketh in a strange tongue edifies and improves himself, but he who prophesies, interpreting the divine will and purpose and teaching with inspiration, edifies and improves the church and promotes growth. That's what edifying means. You promote growth. You build up. You promote growth. In Christian wisdom, piety, holiness, and happiness. So the idea is when you pray in tongues, your understanding is unfruitful because you don't know what you're saying at first. Okay? You don't know what you're saying. So your understanding is unfruitful. So you're not building yourself up. You're not building the people who hear you up. You're building yourself up because you don't have to know what you're saying to build yourself up. That's between you and God because you're speaking to God. But when you're speaking in the congregation, you're not building them up. You're not, improving and promoting growth in the congregation when you pray in tongues because they don't know what you're saying. But when you prophesy, you're speaking in their known language, then you're building them up because they can understand what you're saying. That's what this is talking about. You have to understand. So speaking in tongues, you're speaking directly to God and you're edifying yourself. And so you don't do it in a corporate setting unless there's an interpreter or unless you all understand what's going on. You know, the main thing is you don't want to confuse people that don't have a revelation of praying in the Spirit. God bless.